This loser mage was expelled by the prince for being weak until he humiliates him and reveals that he had been hiding his true power all along and that he was actually the strongest mage in the entire kingdom. Alec grows up under the guidance of the court magician Eldaz, who mysteriously warns him never to serve the royal court before disappearing. Years later, Alec joins the Royal Magic Academy and becomes a court magician himself, determined to fix the kingdom's corruption. Instead, he is quickly betrayed. Prince Regulus strips him of his title and casts him aside, mocking his supposed lack of value. Shunned for being a commoner, Alec leaves and reunites with Yorha, who invites him back to her party. While Regulus replaces him with nobles, Alec enters a dungeon and discovers the truth. He was only ever allowed to use support magic, but his real power lies in overwhelming offensive magic. A flashback reveals Alec and his former party once reached dungeon floor 68, earning their instructor's pride. In the present, S-rank Guildmaster Leviel challenges Alec to a magic duel, breaking his wand and pushing him to exhaustion, but grants him special permission to descend deeper after being impressed. Ornest explodes with anger, revealing Regulus suppressed Alec's true power out of fear of being outshined. While Alec wants to leave the past behind, others see his path leading straight to S-rank glory. When an S-rank party is wiped out on the deadly 64th floor, Leviel organizes a massive rescue mission. Despite doubts about his rustiness, Alec joins the descent, stepping back into real danger. Lasting Period warps straight to the deadly tank-killing floor, where healing magic is useless, and survival depends on skill alone. Ornest reveals his legendary spear, while Alec proves he hasn't lost his edge by defeating a Grim Reaper the others deliberately left for him. As a dragon attacks, Alec unveils his true trump card, a unique spell taught only by Eldaz, Reflect, turning the dragon's flames back on itself. With the path cleared, they rescue the strategist Loki, who reveals his party is fighting the floor boss. Handing Alec a mysterious sword, Loki makes one strange request: defeat the boss without using magic. Regulus and his noble party are humiliated on floor 30, where magic fails completely, yet Regulus irrationally blames Alec for their defeat. The king reveals the truth behind Eldas's banishment and admits he secretly tested talented commoners like Alec, even showing that Alec once wrote a guide to clearing the floor, destroyed out of spite before Regulus ever saw it. Meanwhile, deep in the dungeon, Loki confirms the floor boss is intelligent and sets a trap. As Alec and Ornest fight the undead armor, Alec finally admits he's been holding back, haunted by his failure to reform the court. Using Loki's flawless predictions, the monster is sealed at last, giving Alec the opening to unleash his true magic. After destroying the dungeon boss, Alec collapses from exhaustion, forcing his friends to confront how much he has been carrying alone. Back at the guild, Alec is warned that Regulus is seeking revenge, so he decides to face him directly. Their duel turns emotional when Regulus admits he read Alec's guide and finally understood just how far beneath him he truly was. Unable to accept that truth, Regulus breaks down, lost, and angry. Alec defeats him but doesn't gloat. Instead, he urges Regulus to find his own path forward. In the end, Regulus returns Alec's court magician robe along with an offer from the king, closing their rivalry with bitter honesty and unexpected peace. While exploring Faisal, Alec reassures Yorha that he truly belongs with Lasting Period, even if his blunt honesty completely backfires on him. Soon after, the party is officially promoted to S rank, earning access to the terrifying Arcana dungeon. Celebrations are cut short when injured adventurers arrive, victims of the Shadow Guild. Among them is Olivia, a famed swordswoman defeated in a clean duel, who warns of a traitor before collapsing. As danger quietly spreads through Faisal, Alec is approached by a mysterious boy named Luorg, who asks for his help raiding the Labyrinth dungeon, pulling Alec toward a new and troubling conflict. Luorg asks Lasting Period to reach floor 72 of the Labyrinth to retrieve a dungeon core, but Ornest suspects a trap. Tensions rise when Olivia secretly drugs Crazia and returns to the dungeon alone, forcing the group to follow. Deep inside, teleport traps split the party, until Alec's Mobius ring reveals its purpose by keeping him and Crazia linked. Signs of Olivia's path lead them to a shocking discovery: a floor boss cut cleanly in half, a feat only the legendary Blademaster Milea Dial could achieve. When Olivia finally reveals she is hunting her former master, she escapes into a teleport trap, dragging Alec and Krasia with her into a deadly monster nest. Olivia admits Alec has real talent with a sword but lacks the training to fully wield Schwart. After escaping a monster nest using anti-magic, she reveals the truth about her past. Her former master, Malaya Dial, murdered her mother and later betrayed her in a dungeon. Determined to help, Alec and Krasia agree to stand by her side. Elsewhere, Ornest and Yorha clash with the Shadow Guild and uncover their true goal, the Dungeon Core. Chaos erupts when a traitor called Core Eater escapes with Yorha, forcing Ornest into a desperate pursuit. Though Ornest strikes down his enemies, he is stopped by Gloria, a blood magic user who heals instantly, allowing Malaya to escape with Yorha once more. Ornest turns the tide by abandoning his spear and beating Gloria barehanded, exploiting the weakness of blood magic. When Gloria sacrifices himself to unleash a massive spell, Alec arrives just in time, using Reflect to counter every attack. As the battle spreads, Liviel realizes their enemies are shadow cultists empowered by demons. Gloria transforms, becoming too fast for Alec's magic to land, pushing everyone to their limits. While Ornest reflects on the brother he never surpassed, danger escalates elsewhere. Malaya and Core Eater finally reach the Dungeon Core, bringing the labyrinth closer to catastrophe. Alec turns the battle by setting Ornest on fire, using the flames to cauterize Gloria's wounds and finally defeat the blood magic user. The victory is short-lived when Malaya betrays and kills Core Eater, seizing the Dungeon Core and revealing Yorha's true identity as a seeker destined to find Eden. Taunting Olivia, Malaya admits he trained her only to later betray her out of boredom, claiming true strength comes from isolation. When he tries to prove it by killing Krasia, Olivia shields her friend and is gravely injured. Alec arrives and wounds Malaya with magic, but refuses to kill him. Cornered and outmatched, Alec prepares a forbidden move, his own original spell, Limit Break, drawing on every element and the mana of the world itself. Empowered by near-limitless mana, Alec wounds Malaya, who reveals he once knew Eldus and hints that the truth about Alec's mother was hidden from him. Refusing to explain further, Malaya amplifies himself using the Dungeon Core and begins overwhelming Alec's Limit Break, which can only be sustained for minutes before destroying his body. When Krasia activates an anti-magic circle, the fight becomes a pure clash of blades. As Alec collapses and death seems certain, Olivia steps forward, demanding the truth behind Malaya's betrayal. In a split second of hesitation, Krasia drops the spell, creating an opening that lets Olivia deflect Malaya's strike, allowing Krasia's arrow to pierce his heart and end the battle. Malaya reveals the painful truth. Olivia's mother became a monster due to dungeon sickness, forcing him to kill her, a choice that haunted him ever since. He trained Olivia while searching for Eden to undo that mistake, but after his defeat, Olivia refuses to kill him and chooses to move forward, having him arrested instead. Before being taken away, Malaya warns Alec to seek out Eldus and learn the real truth about his mother's death. When Yorha touches the Dungeon Core, she collapses and receives a vision urging her to gather more cores. As Alec suffers severe backlash from Limit Break, losing his magic temporarily, new dangers surface. Determined to grow stronger without magic, Alec sets his sights on a martial arts tournament where the prize is another Dungeon Core.